There are great boxers, and then there's Manny Pacquiao, the only man in history to win world titles in 8 different weight divisions. A fighter who came from nothing, who fought for his country, his family, and eventually for history. In every era he touched, he humbled giants. He didn't just win, he dominated, surprised, and inspired. From explosive knockouts to surgical dismantlings, Pacquiao's resume is a tour through boxing's most thrilling decades. Today we're walking through every era, every weight class, and every opponent who faced him and left the ring knowing they had just been hit by something different. This is every opponent Manny Pacquiao, humbled in the ring. Manny Pacquiao's journey began far from the glamour of championship nights. In 1995, at just 16 years old, he stepped into a professional ring for the first time in Manila. Weighing just over 100 pounds and fighting barefoot, he faced Edmund Ignacio. It wasn't a knockout or flashy debut, but he won by unanimous decision. That quiet start marked the birth of a future legend. Over the next 4 years, Manny climbed through the local boxing scene in the Philippines, taking on anyone willing to enter the ring. But these weren't just wins, they were statements. His speed, awkward angles, and relentless energy overwhelmed opponents like Rocky Palma, Renante Hamili, and Lolito Laroa. Manny's punches came from wild directions. His left hand hit like lightning, and even though he lacked polish early on, he made up for it with pure heart and grit. With each fight, he learned. He improved his timing, sharpened his footwork, and transformed raw aggression into controlled destruction. He began to understand the mental game of boxing, how to read movements, find openings, and wear opponents down round by round. Everything changed in 1998. Manny traveled to Thailand to face WBC flyweight champion Chatchai Sasakul. On paper, it was a mismatch. Sasakul was more experienced, technically skilled, and fighting in front of his home crowd. But Manny brought pressure from the opening bell. In round 8, he landed a clean left hook that sent the champion crashing to the canvas. Just like that, Manny Pacquiao became a world champion. It was the first sign of something special. From a humble beginning in the streets of General Santos, Manny had reached the world stage, and he was just getting started. After his early title run, Pacquiao suffered a speed bump with a loss to Medgoan Singh Surat due to being overweight. But it didn't derail his focus. By 2001, he was ready for the world stage. His chance came on 2 weeks' notice. A late replacement to face IBF super bantamweight champion Lalo Ledwaba in Las Vegas. What was supposed to be a tune-up fight for Ledwaba turned into a wake-up call. From the opening bell, Pacquiao launched a flurry of punches Ledwaba couldn't answer. By round 6, the referee had seen enough. Manny had made a statement, not just to the boxing world, but to the future legends he would soon encounter. From there, he went on to dominate opponents like Jorge Julio and Emmanuel Lucero. But everything changed in 2003 when he faced Mexican legend Marco Antonio Barrera. Barrera was a world-class technician and feared veteran, but Pacquiao came into that fight like a buzzsaw. He dropped Barrera in the second round, then again in the 11th, forcing the corner to throw in the towel. This was the fight that made Pacquiao a global name. He wasn't just a puncher, he was a relentless machine, a hurricane in gloves. By the end of 2003, Manny was a 3-division world champion, and everyone in boxing was watching. The next chapter in Pacquiao's career was a parade of legendary names, and he humbled nearly all of them. In 2004, he faced Juan Manuel Marquez for the first time. In a wild first round, Pacquiao knocked Marquez down 3 times. But Marquez showed incredible heart and rallied, resulting in a draw that left fans begging for a rematch. Manny continued his campaign against boxing royalty. In 2008, he climbed in weight to face Oscar De La Hoya. Critics warned him not to take it. Oscar was taller, heavier, and more experienced. But from round 1, Manny's speed was blinding. By round 8, De La Hoya couldn't continue. The Golden Boy quit on his stool. Pacquiao had humiliated him. Then came 2009 and the destruction of Ricky Hatton. In just 2 rounds, Manny delivered one of the most chilling knockouts in boxing history. A counter left hook that left Hatton unconscious before he hit the canvas. That same year, Manny took on Miguel Cotto. The Puerto Rican champion was known for his power and grit, but Pacquiao was too fast, too sharp, and too relentless. He dropped Cotto twice and finished him in round 12. It was another belt, another division, and another star humbled. Antonio Margarito was next in 2010. The size difference was ridiculous. Margarito outweighed him by 17 pounds. But Pacquiao put on a masterclass, breaking his opponent's orbital bone and reducing his face to a swollen mess. The referee didn't stop it. Manny did it over 12 rounds. It was domination, pure and brutal. He finished that legendary run in 2011 by outclassing Shane Mosley, dropping him in round 3 and cruising to a unanimous win. By the end of the decade, Pacquiao had cleaned out 4 weight classes and beaten multiple Hall of Famers. By 2012, Manny Pacquiao had already carved out a legacy, but the toughest chapter of his career was about to unfold. That year, he stepped into the ring for a 4th and final time against longtime rival Juan Manuel Marquez. Their first 3 encounters had been electric. 2 close wins for Manny and 1 draw. Fans expected another thriller, and for the first few rounds, that's exactly what they got. Manny looked sharp, aggressive, and confident. Then in round 6, everything changed. Marquez timed a perfect counter right hand. Manny fell face first to the canvas. The knockout was instant and brutal. It shocked the boxing world. For the first time in over a decade, people seriously questioned whether Pacquiao's run was over, but Manny wasn't done yet. Earlier that same year, he had lost to Timothy Bradley in one of the most disputed decisions in modern boxing history. Most ringside analysts believed Pacquiao had clearly won. He finally avenged that result in 2014 with a dominant performance that left no doubt. In 2016, they met for the 3rd time. Pacquiao dropped Bradley twice and walked away with another clear decision win. After that fight, he hinted at retirement, calling it a farewell to the sport, though it wouldn't last long. After a short retirement, Manny returned to the ring in 2018 at age 39. Many assumed he was chasing paydays or legacy, but in his fight against Lucas Mathiso, he shocked the world again. Manny dropped him 3 times before ending it in round 7. It was his first knockout win in nearly 9 years, a reminder that his power hadn't faded. In 2019, he took on Adrian Broner. Talkative and flashy, Broner talked big but froze under the lights. Manny outboxed him every round and walked away with an easy win. Later that year, he stepped in against unbeaten champion Keith Thurman. Few thought a 40-year-old could outwork someone 10 years younger, but Manny dropped Thurman in the first round and won by split decision, once again becoming welterweight champion of the world. In 2021, he stepped in against Yordenis Ugas, a late replacement after Errol Spence Jr. pulled out. It was a hard fight. Manny looked slower, less active, and struggled with Ugas's jab. He lost on points and shortly after announced his retirement from boxing. Then just as fans started to settle into his legacy, Manny shook the world again. In 2024, he was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. But unlike others, he wasn't done fighting. In 2025, he announced a comeback against WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios, 17 years younger, stronger, and hungry. Manny, now 46, is training once more to make history, to become the oldest welterweight champion ever. This isn't just a career. It's a saga of willpower, grit, and greatness. Manny Pacquiao didn't just win. He humbled legends, inspired nations, and chased history on his own terms. Whether July 19th is a final bow or another chapter, one truth remains. He's still the people's champ. If you enjoyed the journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more boxing legends brought to life.